Hello, crafty friends. It's great to be here sharing with you the new holiday icon stamp set. I would like to welcome you to the channel if you're a new viewer. Thank you for stopping by, and please subscribe if you enjoy what you see. And for those of you who are regular subscribers, we appreciate your loyalty. Now, I'm so excited to share my card making process with you today. With the new holiday icon stamp set, I've combined some previously released products to create what I believe are some really cute cards. Now I'm going to walk you through the process of making one card, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some variations of that card. So let's begin by checking out this adorable stamp set, Holiday Icons. An adorable set of 20 holiday icons comes in this 5x7 set. With all the icons included in this stamp set, you can create pattern papers, create fun embellishments for tags, scrapbook pages, and so much more. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a super cute mini slim trifold card using this set of stamps along with Whimsy's trifold Peekaboo die. I am also using Whimsy's Christmas Elements Sentiment Snap and Snow Flurry 4x6 stamp set on this card. With this card, you can mix and match products you may already have on hand. I'm sure it won't take long before the ideas start flowing. Towards the end of the video, I show cards using different icons together. So I thought, why not repeat the same icon on this card? I'm using this adorable reindeer. Now, I have a piece of avalanche white cardstock in my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp the image using Memento Tuxedo black ink. Now, here's a little info about this ink. It's a dye ink, and dye inks soak into the fibers of our cardstock. Now, consider how your paper's fibers soak up this ink, and then picture the fibers running in different directions, overlapping each other. This might help us understand better why dye inks don't give us the crisp, clean lines that pigment inks do. And we're going to revisit that in just a second. First, after stamping my image, I'm going to grab a few markers and color the image up. And I'm going to leave everything in my MISTI while I color this image. I don't want to move it because I'm going to stamp it again. Now, remember, these are smaller images because they're icons. So after coloring the image, I'm going to stamp it again using a VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Now, let's take a moment to talk about this ink. This is an oil-based pigment ink, and pigment inks sit on top of our cardstock rather than soaking into them. So as a result, we get these lovely crisp lines and sharp details. And understanding how our supplies work together will make the process easier and more enjoyable. Now off screen, I stamped and colored the same image 2 more times and ran it through my scan and cut. And as you can see here, I went ahead and cut my card base out using the trifold Peekaboo die and a piece of 80-pound white cardstock. Now, there's a video I'll link at the end of this video that goes into more detail and has a few tips and tricks about the trifold Peekaboo die. And this is an amazing die. It's what I call a one and done. One run through the machine and you're done. In order to cut 3 large circles, I'm running 2 pieces of scrap black cardstock through my die cutting machine. To cut the black cardstock, I simply lay it down on the cutting plate, place the die over it, and then run it through the machine. Now, after I made my card base, I held on to the smaller white circles so that we could do some stamping. Now, I'm going to be using Whimsy Stamps Shiplap background stamp. This is one of my top 10 favorites from Whimsy. I absolutely love this stamp. And I'm using VersaFine Claire Morning Mist ink. It's a gray ink, and it is a pigment ink as well. And I just lay my background stamp down on my glass media mat. It clings to it nicely, and then I ink my stamp up and lay the circles down in the areas that I want to pick up, lay a scrap piece of paper over the circles, and press down. Now, you want to be careful that you don't let those circles shift around while you're doing this. Now, if you're not comfortable with this process, you can stamp this in your MISTI or any stamp positioning tool. Once I have all the elements together, I'm going to start assembling the card. Now, while digging through my scrap bin, I did find a piece of white cardstock that had been embossed using Whimsy's Thatched Slimline embossing folder. So I'm going to use that. I trimmed it down to 2 7/8 of an inch wide by 5 7/8 of an inch high I'm going to use my Barely Art glue. I'm going to secure that to the back side of the panel with the larger circles. So using that same glue, I'm then going to come in and inlay the die cut black circles. So you could totally skip this step if you wanted to and just use black cardstock or any color cardstock really that you wanted. I just like that thatched detail. Once the card's finished, you'll see how all of this pulls together. To layer the stamp circles, I found that closing the card completely is the easiest way to go about this. Making sure that all your glue is dry before you close that card. Then once you've closed the card, you can inlay the small circles, which will keep them centered. Finally, I'm randomly stamping snowflakes onto the front of the card using the Snow Flurry 4x6 clear stamp set. As I will be stamping off the edges, I lay the front panel flat, mask part of the back to prevent me stamping over on that part of the card. I get a little crazy with my stamping sometimes. So this makes the flow more natural when you stamp off the edges, and the end result just looks better. VersaFine Onyx Black ink gives me all that lovely detail in the snowflakes. Once it's dry, I'm going to flip it over and stamp the back side. Now, to prevent the stamped images from showing through the cardstock, I'm going to randomly stamp them in the same areas as I stamped on the front of the card. Now, once I'm done stamping the front and the back side of this panel, I'm going to just take the card, set it aside, and let it dry and do some cleanup. Once it's dry, I'm going to grab my colored images that we ran through the scan and cut at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to add foam adhesives to the back of those. These are just some large round foam adhesives, and I'm going to center them inside each of the circles. Now, with my reindeer, I colored one with a green scarf, one with a red scarf, and one with a black scarf, and I'm just going to randomly just placing them in the center of those circles, and then we're going to move on to the sentiment. So I stamped the sentiment from the Christmas Ellie-ments sentiment stamp set, and it says Merry Christmas from the Herd. So hopefully that makes all of the elements that we used on the card pull together for you. So we have the shiplap like barnwood, and then the thatched reminds me of hay with the herd of reindeer. I'm just taking my trim down sentiment and I'm adding that to red cardstock, and then I'll trim that down, add foam adhesive strips to the back side of these, and then place them in between those reindeer. Now when I added the sentiments, I put mine a little bit wonky. I just thought it played well with the whimsical feel of the card, and you can do them straight however you want. It's completely up to you. You could even mat them with black cardstock or a green cardstock, a color that you used on the scarf maybe would work, but I just went with red. I thought it worked well with their noses and I was happy with it. So that's going to wrap this card up. Oh no, wait, I do come in and add some diamond sparkle to each nose. I add one little diamond sparkle from my shop. This calls for confetti to their little nose. So, and you can pick those diamond sparkles up at Whimsy. They carry them. So that's going to wrap this card up. Now, I do want to share with you the other cards that I created that inspired this video. So let's have a look at those real fast. So keep in mind, all the cards in this video have two products in common: the Holiday Icon Stamp Set and the Mini Slim Trifold Peekaboo die. So for my first card I'm going to share with you, it's a winter theme, and I used the sweater, mittens, and cocoa cup from the Holiday Icon Stamp Set along with the Snow Flurry Stamp Set. I kept this next card very traditional by using Santa, ornaments, and that adorable reindeer again. I may be a little bit obsessed with him. For the background, I used the Merry Christmas Sentiments Assortment stamp set to create that background. These cards were so easy to make, and I hope you'll give them a try. Let us see your creations on social media by tagging #Whimsy Stamps and myself #LisaAnnMensing. This concludes our time together today. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to join us here on the Whimsy Stamps channel on November 25th for the Creatively Tagged Hop. Whimsy is giving away a $100 gift certificate, and we have a new video team member joining us. You can find more information on the products I used in this video by clicking the affiliate links below and then visiting Whimsy Stamps' website. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I wish you all a wonderful week. Until next time, take care.